This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. And giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce. Down low. Here's Okongwu. The layup misses. And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Here's Johnson. Following the score by the Lakers. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Now here's Doncic. Here's Hayes. Doncic left side. To the middle. Out to Hachimura. Doncic on the wing. Clock at 4. Banked it in off the glass.
And that's the weight room strength of Doncic right there. Fully displayed.
And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. 4-point game. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Pass to Reeves. To the paint. It's stolen by Okongwu. Back to Daniels. Now here's Okongwu. Picked up by Okongwu. To the inside. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
On the wing, Reeves. Inside. Here's James. Hayes in the high post. On the wing, Hachimura. Launches it. And it's Doncic on the drive. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one on Young.
He is comfortable putting his head down and attacking. Doncic is unfazed, unflappable, even against beastly defenders.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka Magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
So it's Los Angeles now, following the score by Atlanta. Here's Doncic. Okongwu with the rebound.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder, and I asked about LeBron James and how his team plans to stop him. He said, I told our guys that we can't give him any lanes to the rim, because when that happens, everything else in his game opens up. We need to clog every avenue to the basket. Guys, let's see if they're able to execute this strategy.
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Reeves, who poked away. Pass to Doncic. For 3, James sends it home from three-point land. James has got 5 points.
That's the competitive fire that burns with LeBron James. He's happy to come right back with one of his own.
Doncic into the lane. Fires the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. The 3 from Rizachet. James with the rebound. The Lakers in the lead. From deep, here's Doncic. Buries it from 3. He has 6.
You cannot give Luka any space out beyond the arc because he'll make you pay every time.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Young. Pass to Capella. Left side, Johnson. LeVert with the ball. He's covered by Reeves. Here's Capella. Buries it down low.
Boy, he's a powerful presence with great length. Capella can make things happen inside for sure.
Doncic outside. Outside Reeves. Back to Doncic. Shoots over Young. Another miss by Doncic. The Hawks trailing. Pass to Capella. Now LeVert to the paint. From 7 feet away. Back to Capella. That shot missing.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Outside Reeves. For 3. The rebound by Atlanta. LeVert outside. To the inside. Capella. And the slam dunk by Capella.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
And here's Doncic outside. Tie game in Atlanta. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And from what we've seen from the Hawks, what's your take so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
From undrafted to closing games with LeBron and AD, Austin Reeves, what a story, Clark.
It really is a great story. I mean, this guy has just continued to prove the doubters wrong. Nobody's going to outcompete him. He's fearless. He's got great skill. Doesn't lack for confidence either. He's one of my favorite players to watch.
Right side, Finney-Smith. To the middle. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse. But some rebuilds take longer than others.
The definition of a stretch 4, Finney-Smith is a really valuable offensive player. Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie.
A go-to shot for Connect. You know, he takes pride in burying these long-range missiles.
The kick out to Young. Another shot. 5 on the clock. Rebound by the Lakers. Snatched away. Johnson with it. Guarded now by Finney-Smith. Pass to Okongwu. Outside Johnson. Here's Daniels. No points so far. Okongwu, no good. Down low. Counted for Vincent. And the Lakers lead by 3.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Well, you know, LeVert is pretty well put together at 6'7", which allows him to bang inside effectively.
And when you look at the Lakers, a lot has happened since their championship run in 2020, Clark.
Yeah, it really has, BA, and I think some of it you have to attribute it to a significant amount of roster turnover. And then you pair that with coaching changes. One of the keys to being successful in anything and at any level and in the NBA, stability, continuity. You've got to have it with your executive management team, coaches, and players. And they've not had that, so the consistency has been hard to find.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Back to Capella. Pass to Daniels. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And here are the Lakers. They're on a 10-1 run. Doncic, no good.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
The shot by LeVert, no good. The Lakers lead by 7. Pass to Hayes. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Doncic, so multifaceted. A stat sheet stuffer supreme. He does everything, including dropping down.
Here's Mann. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
And it's the Lakers ball. Outside Reeves. Fires the 3. Pure from three-point range. Reeves has got 6 in the quarter.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Here's Lynn. Pass to Hayes. And it's Niang with the rebound.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver it.
Here's Daniels. And he buries his first look.
Tons of first-step quickness from Daniels.
And here are the Lakers. They're on a 15-5 run. Doncic. And the basket is good. Doncic has got 8 points.
You know, with his handles, he excels at tricking up the defense and getting the good looks he wants.
Here's Capella. Outside man. Pass to Capella. Now here's Mann. Checked by James. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on LeBron James.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And he's good on the second. James, right side. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one's off. And he can't hit the second. The 3 from Reza Shea. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. Back to the game after this break. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And James has got the ball here for Los Angeles. They've got a 9-point lead. And out on the wing, Zach Reza-Shea has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
To the middle. Pass to Johnson. Here's Reza-Shea. Takes a 3. Doncic pulls down the board.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Down by 12. To the inside. Pass to Reza-Shea. There's Young with the 3. They grab their own miss. On the wing, Daniels. And here's Johnson. The 3 from Reza-Shea. And Atlanta misses again. The Lakers lead by 12. Inside. Here's Reeves. Now Hayes. Guarded by Okongwu. From the arc. Okongwu with the rebound. Here's Atlanta with the ball. This one for three. And it's Risa Shea with a three. Risa Shea's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Yeah, get used to seeing that. Risa Shea will be nailing threes for many years to come.
Doncic left side. James right side. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Reeves. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Hawks trail by 9. Pass to Okongwu. Out to the right wing. Outside Young. Picked up by Okongwu. Young with it. Hayes picks him up. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And the Hawks with possession here. A 12-point game. Pass to Okongwu. Johnson for three. Now here's LeVert. Outside Johnson. Back to LeVert. On the wing man. Just 4 to shoot. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. Man's got 5.
Boy, Caris LeVert has done a nice job elevating his playmaking ability, which helps him and his team.
To the paint. Reeves. Hachimura outside. Back to Doncic. James inside. Pass to Doncic. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Lets it go from deep. Oh, LeBron buries a three.
All systems are on go when LeBron has the ball behind the arc.
Goes up on the baseline. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter here. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Jackson Hayes.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Outside Finney-Smith. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Finney-Smith's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Well, last season we saw Luka Doncic score 73 points, tied for 4th most in NBA history, Clark.
Yeah, he is so special. And the thing about the 73 he got, it was the most efficient 70-point game in league history. And with how offense-heavy the league is going, I wouldn't put it past him to go north of Kobe Bryant's mark of 81 at some point. He's got that kind of ability.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, LeBron James last season set the record for most All-Star nods in NBA history. He said, quote, "I'm blessed to do what I love and just to try to give back to the game that's given to me over 2 decades. Long ago, I exceeded anything I ever dreamed of being in the NBA. Everything else is just extra credit." Brian?
Thanks, Allie. LeVert outside. Three-pointer. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Reeves. Hayes with it. Doncic outside. Back to Hayes. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Kicks it to Doncic. Jacks up a three. And so it's Los Angeles up
bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Poked away. Booker outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000. Points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Driving in. Outside, Dort. Holmgren wide open. No good on the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Back to Dunn. Oh, he got hacked on the 3-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
The Suns have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Gray.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Good D by Booker.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Here's Booker. Pass to Durant. Dunn outside. 6 to shoot. Booker with no one around. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. On the wing, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Brett, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Durant. And again, it's the Suns missing. Holmgren at the elbow. For the 3. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, good for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 now.
SGA doesn't rely on the 3 to get his points, but man, when it's falling, watch out.
Now here's Booker for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, Booker being assertive on offense when the defense isn't playing him tight enough. He's taking full advantage.
Holmgren in the post. Phoenix grabs the miss. And here we go. Fast break. Booker's got it. Here's Dunn. Back to Booker. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. 7 points in the game.
So good at finishing around the gaps in the defense, and when Booker gets into space, he's going to let it fly.
Williams for 3. No good. Shot missing. Phoenix leading by 4. Back to Durant. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with the head coach of the Suns. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thanks, David. Now, here's George. After the miss from KD. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
That one goes in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And with the score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
Now here's Beal. Still scoreless. Back to Durant.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and, Greg, efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
It's Beal on the wing. Suns moving the ball around. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
It's all tied in Phoenix. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Yeah, they were going right at the opponent here and forcing their hand. I mean, like literally making them foul them.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside, Williams. It's tipped. Pass to Richards. And stolen by Caruso. Jumps up. Throws down off the coast-to-coast drive.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Allen for 3. It's deflected. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Caruso. Here's Allen. He has yet to score. Shot clock at 6. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
He gets really smooth sometimes. Gilgeous-Alexander has some size, and he challenged the defense with it that time.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Allen outside. Booker outside. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
It's Allen on the wing. Pass to Iguodaro. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And Wiggins throws it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander's nothing if not a creator. He could make that pass in his sleep.
Allen outside. And they double up Allen. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Cool. You two players.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around to the paint. .153 left in the second quarter. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Wallace. And Wallace slams it in.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Pass to Booker. Just 5 on the clock. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Holmgren with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Out to Wallace. Off target with his 3.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Pass to Holmgren. Back to Wallace. And it's Hartenstein in the corner. Here's Holmgren. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Now that's got to excite Holmgren's fans. If he keeps improving his handles, watch out.
They double team Beal. Dunn outside. Pass to O'Neal. Back to Beal. Here's Booker. It's stolen by Dort. Bounce pass Wallace. Here's Holmgren. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Oklahoma City shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity strike. That's a huge factor.
Outside, KD. He gets it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that does it for the first half of play. It's the Thunder as they end the second quarter with a 13-4 run. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Started.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. The Thunder leading by 9. Greg in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
This is what Gilgeous-Alexander does. He attacks you relentlessly.
Here's Durant. Pass the Bull. Right side Durant. Kicks it out to Booker. From downtown, Devin Booker, 3 right down the hatch.
A two-guard that can beat you in a variety of ways. Booker is more than just about chucking up threes, but he will make them.
Suns trail by 8. To the inside. Suns moving the ball around. Pass to Richards. Now Kevin Durant. Here's Iguodala. 5 on the clock. The powerful flush by Durant.
Yeah, not going to get over on KD here. If you give him a chance to attack the basket, he'll be at the rim.
Now here's Williams. Launches it. It's rebounded by Booker.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
How about those long strides? Durant quick in the open court and then right to the rim.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. Back to Holmgren. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Richards. Pass the Bull. Here's Booker. Booker going to work inside.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, Kevin. And another Kevin, Kevin Durant, is the most decorated member of the Suns star trio. KD says, I believe in this team and we believe in one another. I like our chemistry. Not just the three of us, but our whole team. Our coaching staff is doing a great job. I'm not promising anything, but I like our chances against anybody. Kevin, they certainly have the talent.
David, indeed they do. He's listed at 6'5", but Brent, Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, one of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
And it's sent back by KD.
Durant covering a lot of territory with his length.
Booker outside. Durant inside. Pass to Dunn. Durant drives. The Thunder pull it in. Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's 57 seconds left in the third. Here's Dort. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Suns trail by 5. Pass to Beal. Durant down low. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Not fair of a coach to send out one defender against Kevin Durant, skilled at fighting through whatever challenges the D wants to throw at him.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. .35 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander creative and tricky on that play.
Here's Iguodaro. Booker looking around. Three-pointer. And that one's good. Iguodaro's got 5 points now this quarter.
It does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Tries to save it. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's the Thunder. They lead by 2. And we're just... Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. To tie it up. Now off the inbound. Here's KD. And it's all evened up. KD's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Phoenix. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Dort wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, the size and skill of Dort is pretty unique. He could be really effective at any position on the floor.
Here's Bull. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. To the middle. And Williams slams it in.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Richards no good. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 5-point game. Back to Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter. Pass to Bull. Booker outside. Outside, KD. Six on the shot clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And here are the Thunder now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Over in the corner, Caruso. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Williams for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Booker outside. Back to Richards. Taken away by Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Oklahoma City.
Right side, Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Gilgeous-Alexander can hit you with a lot of moves. Tricky to defend.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. And Phoenix has possession, trailing by 10. Here's Durant. Booker outside. It's Durant on the wing. Back to Booker. And a miss there on the triple. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Top of the key, Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
Here's Durant. Rebound by Williams. Over in the corner, Caruso. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Well, at 6'6", SGA absolutely has the size to get up there and throw it down.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt. And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Thunder.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
And so he hits the technical free throw. So for the Suns, pass to Holmgren. 4 on the clock. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And that one is good.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Oh, and the jam by Williams. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they Bucks looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here in Milwaukee. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sidelines.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
Well, both these teams, of course, Greg, strong in rebounding. Should be a battle out there.
Nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
Now, here's Fox. Vassell outside. And count it from 19 feet away.
He's been working on his shot, and it's showing in Vassell's game.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And there's an edge to Lillard's game. He's fearless, and you can see it when he's finishing in traffic.
In the corner, Sochan with it. They get it back. Spurs working the ball around now. Down low. Pass to Wembanyama. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Bucks with possession. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The drive by Bard. And the dunk by Sochan.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by Sochan. Fast break, here they come. And the basket by Vassell.
And you see the quickness out in transition. Vassell, so tough to stop.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. Now, he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama, just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. And some changes here for the Spurs. Bucks trail by 4. Lillard scanning the floor. Prince wide open. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Castle. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Well, Castle showing his ability to create and finish when the defense overcommits.
And the Bucks making a change here. And that one misses. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15 and 56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
In transition, here comes San Antonio. Johnson outside. Shoots it. Here's Champagnie. Clock at 6. Pass to Johnson. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks trail by 3. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And the turnover again by Milwaukee. .24 seconds left in the first quarter. Paul outside. Baseline jumper. Here's Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Fighting down low, big fella Johnson with some hustle points.
Outside Porter. That will count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Spurs up by 5. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And he's good on the 3 ball. Porter's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Bucks.
Good to see Porter Jr. knocking down the triple. Needs to keep taking and making those shots.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
There's Porter with the 3. The rebound by Champagnie. Spurs leading by 4. Johnson outside. Back to Paul. Johnson outside. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to Paul. Back to Johnson. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Here's San Antonio. Spurs passing it around. Pass to Mamukelashvili. To the paint. Champagnie. Rebound, Milwaukee. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. Trent outside. Shoots over Johnson. Trent can't hit.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Pass to Trent. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Giannis says, "Get off me!"
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, "I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself." And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. Right side, Portis. Misses the 3. Here's Castle. Misses off the left iron. he jams it straight down.
Oh, yeah. Castle can leap up to the rim. The rookie putting some power behind that finish.
The kick out to Porter. This one for three. It doesn't go for him. Spurs leading by 6. The shot by Paul, no good. Trent outside. Pass to Giannis. And it's Mamukelashvili with the rebound. Johnson with it. And it's Trent picking him up. For 3. And that one's good. Champagnie. Champagnie's got the lead up to 9 now for the Spurs.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Giannis. Trent outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Trent's got 6 points.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. .35 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pass to Wembanyama. Back to Fox. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
He is a rare one who's more comfortable inside. Fox, look, his game is about attacking, getting in close, not necessarily making a ton of threes.
It's Prince high post. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Devin Vassell.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And both free throws good for Giannis. So it's the Spurs now from deep three-point territory. And so we wrap up the first half. Spurs lead by 6. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Victor Wembanyama galloping in for the finish.
He runs so well for his size. Wembanyama knows how to finish on the break.
Spurs leading by 8. Pass to Sohan. Outside, Fox. Sohan with the screen. Back to Fox. In the corner, Sohan with it. 6 to shoot. Here's Wembanyama.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
Here's Wembanyama. And he drops it in from the low post. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs. Lillard with it. Now guarded by Fox. Here is Lillard. Good on the shot.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
Here's Wembanyama. Pass to Sohan. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Lillard. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 6.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Pass to Wembanyama. Inside. Here's Sohan. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
Here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Here's Vassell. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 6.
That's a strong move by Vassell. He plays with more power than I think you actually realize.
Pass to Lopez. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Over Sohan. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area. Really keeps the defense honest.
And when we talk about the numbers, the analytics for great shooters like him, pretty much any shot is a good shot.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. You got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. A three-pointer is right on target.
And there's no doubt that Lillard is a pure scorer. But it's good to see him focus on his passing, wanting to make his teammates better. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed. You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time. He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Pass to Smith, and it's blocked.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Here's Champagnie. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Here's Castle. Ball outside. Here's Castle. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for San Antonio. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basket. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Spurs leading by 10. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. It's rebounded by Portis. And the Bucks with possession here. Here's Trent. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Trent got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Bucks. Pass to Sohan. Offline with his three. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Here's Rollins. And he starts out with a miss in this one.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And the double up on Antetokounmpo. And here's Trent outside. The rebound by the Spurs. And that one's good. Champagnie. Champagnie's got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs. Deflects the pass. To the middle. Here's Portis. Trent. Green deciding where to go with it. Pass to Portis. 5 to shoot. Back to Giannis. Down low, inside. Giannis drops it in.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Here's Mamukelashvili. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
So challenging trying to guard Paul, especially when he's slicing passes through the defense like that.
Bucks passing it around. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. Now, he asked for one thing, intensity. He said, I need you to crank it up to 11 out there. That's how we turn it around. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for San Antonio?
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
Here's Giannis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, Giannis getting the defender to bite. That's a patient move, earning himself a trip to the line.
He's off on the second. Here's Vassell. And that one is hammered home.
Strong finish by Vassell, showing off that bounce right there.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
He's going to throw his arm out trying to make a pass of that length.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Wembanyama outside. A pass to Fox. The three. Oh, three ball. Wembanyama.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Prince. Shoots the three. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And a wide open look for Wembanyama. That doesn't go either for Wembanyama. Bucks trail by 11. To the inside. And stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Look at Fox get up. Okay, I see you flexing on him.
Pass to Lopez. Lillard from outside. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Spurs.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Victor Wembanyama.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
And stolen by Wembanyama. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Wembanyama. And he makes that one. And the Spurs lead by 16.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Dunn misses.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Here we are, Brent, looking at this game tonight. Both of these teams certainly get after it on the defensive end.
Well, I'm touching your suit here, Kevin, and it looks like you got shoulder pads in there. You're going to need that. This game's going to be a grinder. It's going to be physical. These guys are going to bump each other around, and they play hard-nosed defense. So I would expect this game to not rise up in terms of the scoring column, and we'll see who's tougher tonight.
Here's KD, following the score by Oklahoma City. Dunn outside. Pass to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the three. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Now Holmgren. Outside Williams. Back to Holmgren. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
Exploding to the rim. No getting in Shea's way, especially when he's got a full head of steam.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And Phoenix making a change here. Suns still looking like they're getting going here. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. It's Durant on the wing. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Beyond the arc. Knocks down the 3 ball.
This is how quick off the draw Durant is. Great timing.
Greg in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Here's Richards. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Jones. From the arc. Hits the three-point bomb.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Now let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Mark Daigneault. David?
Now, I talked to him about the challenge of trying to stop Kevin Durant. Coach said it's about not letting him get into a rhythm. I told the guys they need to focus on staying in front of him and trying to contest everything. Easier said than done, but we'll see if they can even make things difficult for KD. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Here's Iguodaro after Oklahoma City gets the 3. Here's Holmgren. Nobody near Williams. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And that one, good. Jones has got 5 points so far.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
The Thunder leading by 12. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 8 points for him. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He's ready to talk things through with the team. There's Beal with the three. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. A look at the field goal. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Back to Williams. Oklahoma City moving it around. 4 on the clock. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor. Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's got 10. Driving the lane. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And you just see that burst. Gilgeous-Alexander, hard to catch him once he gets that first step.
And that one's good. Richards.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. And Williams throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Booker looking around for three. And you know who? Devin Booker.
Dangerous at all times from range. Booker shoots threes at will.
To the middle. Pass to Williams. Holmgren in the post. Another shot. And he sinks the layup. And the Thunder lead by 17.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
Beal from long range. Another three for Phoenix. Hey, Bones, what do you think is a part of the game that some casual fans don't really understand that well?
Well, Kevin, outside of the contest right here in front of us, let's think about the long schedule that teams are dealing with. How many times the coaches employ different lineups and strategies so that by the end of the year, they have optionality in what they can do on the floor.
Pass to Booker. Puts up a three. Plumlee with it. Booker with it. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Now here's Plumlee. Here's Booker. Whoa! Booker playing big inside.
When most fans think of Devin Booker, they think of the range, but man, he's attacking right now to get to the line.
Here's Holmgren. Good, nice job down low. Holmgren's got 6 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Pass to Williams. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. The three. Plumlee with the rebound. Suns trail by 16. Beal gets a wide open look. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And that's money from Beal. He's so crafty at finding space in that deep corner.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. From beyond the arc, and then some. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points in the quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Booker outside. Pass to Dunn. Back to Booker. Takes a 3. The shot missing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The kick out to Williams. Plenty of space. And Devin Booker pulls it down. Suns trail by 16. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low, Williams. Makes it off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 16.
Well, a solid facilitator that helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
KD can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Pass to Dort. Launches it from deep. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Back to Beal. Good ball movement here by the Suns. There's the triple. Kevin Durant, bullseye, money on the three.
Yeah, with KD, that's automatic.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Shoots over Richards. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Daigneault said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. Paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin, he certainly will.
I agree. You know, David, he is fearless. And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Here's Mitchell. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Wallace outside. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
And with this score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for him.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
Suns trail by 14. Stolen by Mitchell. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. That's tipped to the wing on the left. Booker in the corner. Outside, KD. And now it's Wallace running. He can go all the way. The Thunder with another miss. And it's Phoenix's ball. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mitchell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Durant launches from deep. We've got 1:13 left in the third. Buries the long-range jumper. Durant's got 8 points in the quarter.
I'm scratching my head. Is there a 4-level scorer? KD could be that.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Booker outside. Williams comes with a double team. Back to Booker. Outside, KD. From deep three-point territory. No good from Booker. The Thunder leading by 16. Mitchell wide open. And the Thunder another three.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Just 5 to shoot. A nice shot by Booker.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Thunder shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Gets it off. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder feeling good about their 7th. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. 17-point game. Pass to Plumlee. Now Booker. Three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
To the paint. Here's Holmgren. Count it, good. And the Thunder lead by 19.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
Dort wide open. A 3-ball. Plumlee with the rebound. Suns trail by 19. Back to Booker. Suns moving the ball around. Jones from outside. That one doesn't drop. Here's Holmgren. Outside, Dort lets it go with a 3. Pass to Holmgren. And here is Dort. Shot clock at 6. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Love the focus here from SGA at the arc. He hates to waste those opportunities.
driving to the basket. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be.
This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. So Phoenix will get the first possession. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Simons with a steal. Here's the three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Now here's Simons. Clock at 6. Inside. Here's Ayton. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's Booker. Beal right side. Here's Dunn. No good from outside. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I caught up with Coach Chauncey Billups. I asked him about the many difficulties that Kevin Durant presents to a defense, and Coach said with most guys you can force them left or right or send help. With Kevin, he can always shoot over the top of you. Sometimes you feel helpless in that regard. Not a lot of solutions for a 7-foot sharpshooter, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. He's all alone. Boom, he jams it straight down.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Ooh, Ayton with the block.
Boy, Ayton's reach is absolutely incredible. Great anticipation. That is nice defense.
And here's Simons outside. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
All right, Doris, what's kind of an unsung stat you appreciate about the Suns lineup?
Wow, they are so gifted offensively. So I'd have to say very good at getting to the free throw line. That's important. Very good at baiting defenders and putting your opponent into the bonus. That's big. Attacking into coverage. They get to spend plenty of time at the free throw line. It's an underrated advantage, BA.
Now here's Simons. Give him 8. Sharp, no good. Three-pointer. Beal nails it from 3.
You're talking about one of the sweetest shooting guards in the entire NBA. Bradley Beal from deep. Yes, sir.
Here's Simons. Rebounded by Dunn. The Suns trailing. On the wing, Durant. Fires from deep. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Simons outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, Doris, you look back over the history of the NBA, hard to find a better scorer than KD.
Oh, B.A., he is unequivocally on the short list of the greatest scorers the league has ever seen. You think about guys, when you think about KD, guys that can create their own shot and hit from anywhere on the floor. You couple that with the size and the release point and the skill with the ball. Kevin Durant is a problem, folks. Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Booker for three. Gets the three ball to go. Booker's got 6.
Yes, so good to see Booker knocking down the corner triple. A go-to scorer with considerable range.
1:19 left in the first. Here's Henderson driving to the basket.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's just explosive. I mean, Scoot gets off the ground in a hurry and puts some emphasis on it, too.
Pass to Jones. Doris, in terms of assist-to-turnover ratio, Tyus Jones normally leads the league.
B.A., this guy is such a steady hand at the lead guard position. Tyus always makes excellent decisions, plays within himself, and plays mistake-free basketball.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
For three, Klingon knocks down the triple.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
Pass to O'Neal. Beal surveying the D. Outside Booker. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. And Klingon pulls it down.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Henderson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 6.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Booker for 3. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter. We're all tied up. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And what stands out to you from the Trailblazers in this one?
They're getting a big contribution from the bench already.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
They get it again. Jones from outside. Beyond the arc. Drops in the 3. Jones has got 5 points.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course he makes good use of it.
Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Bradley Beal is settling in as one of multiple stars in Phoenix. He said it's been an adjustment for sure. You go from being very ball dominant to now you share the dominance, and it's a sacrifice and also an adjustment of learning a totally different role. Brian, he says it's a process, but one he embraces.
Yeah, good point. Thanks, Allie. Pass to Plumlee. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Well, Graham, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
And Chauncey Billups calls time out here. He wants to review the game plan. Portland leading. Here's Henderson. Plumlee pulls down the board. Outside O'Neal. And Robert Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. For three, O'Neal on target from range.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
To the inside. And Williams punches it home.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
It's Beal on the wing. Outside O'Neal. Pass to Booker. On the clock. Again, the Suns good for two.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Drafted as a 19-year-old back in 2015 by the Suns, Devin Booker has a special connection with Phoenix Doors.
BA, they absolutely love Devin Booker in the Valley of the Sun. He's been with the Suns his entire career, and basically it's a fan base that has watched this young man grow up. And when you think over the long history of this organization, when you mention the best players in team history, there is no doubt he is part of that conversation.
Beal, right side. Let's go with a three. Portland with a rebound. Here we go. Shots good by Henderson. Henderson's got 8 points.
And there's Henderson, just so quick. I mean, he loves to get out and run.
It's stolen by Henderson. Now the Blazers moving it up. Ooh, coming through again, shooting 5 for 7 now.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
Beal outside. Pass to Booker. And here's Dunn. Back to Booker. 4 on the clock. Now O'Neal tries a 10-footer, and he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. He's got 10.
Boy, the delivery from Booker, so clean. That jump shooting is pure.
Both teams will make substitutions. And it's Simons with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Driving in. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, my. That's why we had those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. And Doris, when you think about Kevin Durant, certainly a prolific scorer, but that's not the whole story.
What I love the most, I think, BA, about Kevin Durant is how much he loves playing the game of basketball. His availability is never in question as long as there is some measure of health. The work he puts in consistently, anyone who's ever seen his routine, teammates, coaches, front office staff, they are in awe of the commitment to his craft.
Are you serious? That is some power from a point guard.
Oh, I love backcourt players with some ups.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
And out of bounds. The Suns will take it. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Booker for 3. Oh! Booker with the triple.
Putting up points is what Devin Booker does best, and right now he is showing out.
Simons with it. He's got 12. Here's Kamari. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Kamari's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
He's made 3 of 4 free throw attempts in this game. And he's good on the second. And he makes all 3.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. So it's Portland now. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Kevin Durant. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon.
Outside Booker. Six on the shot clock. Durant draws the double. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And this is his fourth trip to the free throw line tonight.
And one of the best things about Kevin Durant is he simply locks in on exactly what's in front of him at the moment. If that means working at practice, that's what he does. If that's competing at a high level in the game, that's what he does.
Pass to Bol. To the wing, right side. Iguodala. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Simons outside. And he drives in. And he'll take his third and fourth free throws of the night. And he makes a first. He's perfect from the line this time. Suns trail by 3. Booker for 3. Doesn't go. That's his 5th miss out of 10 tries. And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. And he slams it in one-handed.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
To the middle. Murray. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And it's Simons penetrating. Good work defensively by Richards. Bull down low. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Now Durant. Pass to Booker. There's the 3. And Ayton pulls it down.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. That's an athletic play by Sharp, putting in the sweat to beat the other guys back on the fast break.
Here's Iguodala. Now here's Durant. Durant wanting it more.
Really, there's nothing else you can do. Durant is just that good, especially that close to the rim.
And Chauncey Billups calls time out here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Trailblazers lead by 5. Here's Henderson. Avdia outside. Pass to Kamari. And it's all from 3-point range. And so it's Phoenix with it. Outside Bull. Outside Booker. The Suns need to get off a shot. Shoots. And the shot falls short that time.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Well, Grant, if you talk about consistent top-level scores, Devin Booker is near the top of that list.
Yeah, and going back to the 17-18 season, Devin has averaged at least 25 points every year. Booker can create his own shot and finish. It's hard finding guys who can do both. Yeah, ripped physical guard. Henderson's competitive nature and drive to keep improving is really impressive.
A minute 29 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Hits the trifecta. Booker's got 16 points now.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Shots good by Henderson. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
An athleticism on display there by Henderson. Just an acrobatic move to finish the play.
Outside Bull. Down low. Here's Durant. Ooh, Ayton with the block. And he's able to get it back. Durant's shot is off.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
When Jeremy Grant is dishing out an assist, that is a great sign for this team.
On the wing, Durant. 16 points for him. Oh, Booker in close.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Kamari. Avdia from outside. Phoenix grabs the miss. Beal from outside. That's good, and it's Jones with the assist. And now just a 1-point Portland lead.
Oh, that release by Beal just so pure.
Oh, hey! How about that?
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. To the paint. With 4 on the clock. Shots blocked. He's made one and missed one so far at the line. And he can't get the first one. Good on the second one. Good if it goes. Anthony Simons has been leading the charge for the Trailblazers. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer was going over with his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, we're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall. Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And Booker has got the ball here for the Phoenix Suns. Pass to Richards. To the middle. To tie it up. Here's Iguodaro. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Portland leading. Henderson drives in. From the arc. Iguodaro grabs a miss. And it's Phoenix's ball. Back to Bull. Pass to Iguodaro. To the inside. The shake. Booker can't get it to go. And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Henderson outside. Stolen by Booker. Down low. Here's Iguodaro. Bowl. Walker pulls down the board. Oh, lots of drama in this game so far.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the final buzzer.
Henderson for three. Hits the three-pointer.
Oh, good three ball by Henderson. Now, this is the part of his game that he wants to keep developing.
Inside. Richards. Pass to Iguodaro. The kick to Durant. Durant powers through the contact to finish inside.
Well, this is exactly how you want to attack the defense. Kevin Durant accepting the punishment, but refuses to be denied.
Back to Henderson. Here's Clingan. Pass to Rupert. The three is up. Another three for Portland.
Yeah, just a great find by Clingan. As he plays more and more, the game will slow down for him.
Here's Durant. No good. He's 5 for 9 in this one. Portland leading by 6. The kick out to Walker. Fires the three. Back to Henderson. Here's Rupert. Pass to Henderson. Second chance shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Buries it from 3. And now a 9-point Portland lead.
And what a night for Scoot Henderson. I mean, he's been torching them. Scoot's physical gifts have been too much to handle.
To the inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Kevin Durant.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
So both teams making some changes here. And so Grant nails them both. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Durant for 3. Portland with a rebound. On up the court. Oh, Grant throws it down.
Well, this is something Grant does very well. Slams it home when he's got space.
The half-court heave is off target.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
And funny thing is, if that doesn't get you benched, I have no idea what would.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Up top, Durant. To stop the run. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Trailblazers.
They had excellent production from the bench.
This team has strong depth, and in this game, it showed.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Scoot Henderson.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Drops in the layup for two. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
It's good.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
"15 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. From outside, off the mark. And they recover it. Allen outside. Over Sharp. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix. So it's the Trailblazers